I stood at the threshold of my childhood home, the familiar scent of old wood and fading wallpaper washing over me like a ghostly embrace. It had taken years of disdain, ridicule, and relentless pursuit of the truth to bring me to this moment. I could still hear the echo of their laughter, the sting of their words, like barbs lodged deep in my flesh. Delusional, they called me. You'll disgrace us all. But I wasn't the broken creature they thought I was. I had emerged from the depths of hell, armed with knowledge that could shatter the world they knew. I was a vermin occultist now, an expert in apocryphal pestology. And today, I would teach them what it truly meant to be haunted. As I pushed open the door, the creak of the hinges sounded like a warning, and I felt the gaze of the past heavy upon me. Mom was in the kitchen, her hands moving busily over a counter that hadn't seen a decent meal in years. Dad sat in the living room, absorbed in a newspaper, a graying shadow of the man I remembered. My sister, always the brashest of us, scoffed from the corner, her disdain radiating like the flickering light bulb above. "Look who's back from the madhouse," she sneered, flicking her hair over her shoulder. "Just in time to ruin the family dinner," Dad grumbled without looking up. "Enough," Mom snapped, her voice a mixture of weariness and nostalgia. I knew she was torn, caught between love and the palpable weight of our fractured past. I took a deep breath, suppressing the tremors of anger and hurt inside me. "I'm not here to fight," I said softly. "I've come to show you something." The room fell silent, the air thick with the tension of unspoken memories. I retrieved a small, intricately carved box from my backpack, an artifact I had unearthed during my research into the underbelly of the city. Beneath its surface lay the knowledge that had consumed my life, the truth about the vermin that now ruled our nightmares. With careful hands, I opened the box. Inside, shimmering in the dim light, were the remnants of a ritual I had unearthed. Tiny, cursed charms shaped like rats, their very essence pulsing with the energy of the ancient rites. "These are tokens of the vermin cult," I explained, my voice steady. "They worship creatures that were once mere pests. But now they've evolved. They've become something far more dangerous than we can comprehend." My family exchanged glances, skepticism mixed with unease. "You're still clinging to those insane theories?" my sister scoffed. "What are we supposed to do? Sacrifice the family cat?" Before I could respond, the lights flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced along the walls. I felt a chill ripple through the room. "You don't understand," I urged, stepping closer. "This is real. They're watching us, learning from us. They're smarter than you think." "How convenient," Dad interjected, his voice dripping with condescension. "And you expect us to believe all this nonsense? It's all in your head, just like we said." "Let me show you," I whispered, barely able to contain the urgency coursing through my veins. "Please." With a flick of my wrist, I summoned the energy of the charms, and the air thickened, vibrating with a presence that seemed to answer my call. The lights dimmed further, plunging the room into a darkness punctuated only by shadows shifting unnaturally. I felt the air shift, feel something crawling. A rustling erupted from beneath the floorboards, and suddenly the walls seemed to tremble. There came a scratching sound, a cacophony of chittering, and the floorboards began to warp and bend. I could see the horror dawning on my family's faces, the realization creeping in like a slow poison. They were catching the scent of terror, the stench of what they had ignored. "Get back!" my sister shrieked. But it was too late. A mass of writhing, mutated vermin erupted from the cracks, their eyes glinting with a wicked intelligence that sent a wave of primal fear crashing over us. They were no longer the mindless pests of our childhood. They were a swarm of nightmares, each one a testament to the dark knowledge I had uncovered. My family recoiled, their earlier mockery evaporating in the face of that living horror. I could see their disbelief twisting into terror, the very thing they had belittled now clawing for their attention. "Do you see now?" I shouted, my voice barely rising above the cacophony of shrieks and chattering. "This is what you turned your back on. This is what I've been trying to warn you about." As the swarm surged forward, my mother's eyes widened with realization, her hands trembling as she reached for me, a fragile hope flickering within her. But they had lost their chance to comprehend, to support. They were witnesses now, marked by their scorn, forced to confront the realities of my world, a world they had ridiculed without a second thought. The chaos subsided as I raised the charms in my hands, channeling their power to command the vermin. With a sudden swift motion, I squashed the enchantment, forcing the creatures back into the cracks from which they came. Silence fell heavy upon the room, punctuated only by my family's ragged breaths. "Remember this moment," I said, my voice breaking. "Remember what you refused to believe. This is just the beginning." As I stepped back into the shadows of the past, the weight of vindication settled upon me. I was no longer the disgrace they had made me out to be. I was the harbinger of truths too terrible to face. The echoes of their laughter faded as I walked away, leaving them to grapple with the knowledge that I had survived the depths of darkness while they clung to their blind ignorance. As I stepped out into the night, the world felt different, charged with a terrifying energy that promised change. For I had become something vast and uncontainable, a reflection of the horrors I had faced. And now the shadows whispered my name. A crown of dread woven from the fabric of the unseen.